when people go back in 2005, a lot of people be listening to my music now, talking about Bluetooth Love and all the other songs I have right now. But what they don't realize was I was rapping at first, and my name was Icon. They probably heard my stuff on radio, but just didn't know that was me.
Right.
But I had a song to go to #1 on the radio station in 2005 called Guilty Dance.
It's called what?
Guilty Dance.
Give to dance?
Guilty Dance.
Guilty dance.
Yes.
Okay.
People don't even know that was me. Because my name was Icon. See, they think the music I'm doing now.
Right.
It's the music that I started with. No, I've been doing it. Matter of fact, the guy that's on the move with me, he goes by the name OK, the name O'Kendrick.
Yeah.
But me and him started out doing music years ago in 2003.
Yeah.
And me and him, we actually was getting ready to get signed by a huge record label in 2003. I'm talking right off our first 3 songs alone.
Right.
They paid for us to come to Atlanta. They paid for my parents to come. The whole 9 yards. We stayed down there the whole weekend. But I'm gonna tell you something, and that's what these young artists today, they gotta understand. When you're in the music business, you need to know the business part of it, because the business part can mess you up on the back end. And
Big
not
time.
and not only that, but you can get screwed over by companies if you don't know the business part of it. And what happened then, the fact that I was just getting into music, the one that had produced our music didn't tell us that if we didn't own the file to the music, we didn't own the music. We thought since the music was in our name for us to copyright, that we owned the music. No, he was holding the file to the music. So once we got ready to get signed, we had 3 songs that they wanted to sign us for, because they wanted to put those on the album right off rip. But they needed the file to that music, because any record label that's gonna sign you want the publishing rights,
Right.
to publish your album. So they asked us, did we own it? And we said, yes, we own the copyright. We had the copyright papers there, and we told them straight up, yeah, we own our own music. They were like, do y'all have the file to y'all music? And we were like, what you mean by the file? We were dumb to the music.
I was about to ask you the same question.
The file is where you put the music together, from the beat to the writing of the music to the lyrics of the music.
Okay.
That's the whole compilation file. We didn't have that part. Of course, I wrote my own music. Of course, I recorded in a studio. But when it was breaking down, the fact that I didn't own the studio itself, the file was in the studio. That person would have had to break it down. And see, people be thinking, okay, if they put my music on a disc drive or CD or whatever, that they think that that's it. No, a file don't even go on. A file is too big to go on those platforms. A file had to go on like a thumb drive or either a DVD back then. File is too big to put on something like that. And then you'll know if they download your file, because it's gonna take a long time. I'm talking about, so when we got down there, the people asked us, did we own our file? We told them, yeah, we own our music. They were like, no, let us break it down to you. Do you have the file to your music? And we was like, you gonna have to explain it to us. So
please.
That's what they did. So when they explained it to us what time it was, they turned around and told us, you don't have it, call the studio up, get your file to your music. Well, at least they need to verbally let you know right now that they're gonna get it to you and have it sent over to our studios. How about when we called a guy? He was a friend of mine too. He told me that he wanted a percentage. We had already paid him. I know he probably listening right now, but he told us that he wanted a percentage, and we was going to come up with a figure. And we were like, wait a minute. I'm not gonna mention the name, but we told him we already done paid you out for our music. We thought we had our file. So this is nothing that we should be discussing. Go ahead and give us the file so we can go and get signed with this deal.
Yeah.
He was like, no, you're going to have to offer me a percentage out the deal y'all get. The company told us no. He messed up a major deal for us because he wouldn't do it. To this day, we probably would have been rich, because the people that we was dealing with Ludacris and all those other big artists.
Yeah.
So that was a major deal we got messed up on. They continued to let us stay down in the High Tower Hotel, pay for our dinner and all that kind of stuff, but they did not sign us because we did not own the rights to that music that we had did, in which that's the music that they wanted on the CD. That's how come a lot of these people today, when I be asking them, They be able to say, I got this music, I got that music. Yeah, but do you own the file to your music? Did you go in the studio and you actually pay the producer of your music, and did the producer give you your file? Because you don't realize something. If that song is the song that the record label liked it, and that's what they want to, that's the song they want to sign you for, they're not gonna sign you if you don't own the file to it, because that's 9 times out of 10 that's the song that they are gonna want to put on the album. T-Pain they don't own it, they own studio. That's how come people don't realize. They be like, well, T-Pain got signed out to Tallahassee. Yeah, but T-Pain them owned it, they own studio. That mean that song that they did on Sprung and all the rest of them, they owned the files to those music. So they was able to show them, not only do I produce, but I keep the file to my own music. Wow. That's how come, if you'll notice, he was on so many people songs.
Quick, yeah, real quick.
Because they knew he was a producer and they knew he knew the business part of it. But the brains behind him was his daddy. Yeah. So that's why you need somebody, when you're in the music business, you need somebody coaching you along that know the business part of it. Because you can have 20, 30 songs that a lot of people like, and they around here playing, but you'll never get a deal if you don't own the file to that music.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
You just dropped, I didn't, did you know that?
Nah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, I go to Trak House. I record a song that's on fire. Big Bad Harold made the beat.
Yes.
Somebody, people hear it, it's blowing up. Like you say, we get invited somewhere to, to get signed. We have to have a file from Trak House.
From Trak House itself, got to put together a file for you, or you don't own that music. Yeah, you'll be listed on the copyright papers, true enough, but you are not. Now, you'll have ground to stand if it was a lawsuit or something involved, saying that was my music too. But if they holding the files to that music, that means that for now on, like if somebody want to use that music, you can't do anything about it. They'll just they'll haul off, make you sign something off where you gonna sign off for, say that, well, I get a percentage of my song, but they gonna own it. You remember when they was up there talking about Michael Jackson owned it, the Beatles compilation?
I remember hearing something like that, yeah.
He had bought it. That's what they meant. He was owning the files to their music.
The original copies.
The original copies to the music. So that means that he had the breakdown of the songs and everything. That means that, okay, yeah, of course the Beatles for now on would probably get paid a percentage, but they had no say-so.
Or whatever he wanted to do with the music.
Whatever he wanted to do with the music for now on, he could do it. They just would have had to accept the percentage of whatever they were going to get out of it.
There's so many people, especially in our communities, chasing that dream that I guarantee you they had no idea.
No way they knew
They
that.
have no clue. And I'm going to be honest with you, because I ran into a lot of artists that was getting favors from the producers and stuff like that right there, because they didn't understand. Producer can bring you in there and record your music all they want. And yeah, it might be on a thumb drive or whatever, you don't put it on to listen to it, where you could download it and all that kind of stuff. But long as they still holding the file, they own your music.
How do you get the file from them? If you record it in their studio?
First of all, they are not going to tell you. This is something that you have to know. You have to know before you step out of that studio, hey, let me get my file.
Yeah.
And if you don't ask them, and if they don't give it to you, you don't own that music.
The guy at the studio, the owner of the studio.
The owner of the studio actually own your music. You don't went in there and recorded them, paid them and everything. But if you could let them continue to hold your file, you don't own your music.
So it'll be best if you walk in there with a thumb drive and say, hey, look here, put everything we do.
Exactly. That's what you have to do.
And take it out every time.
Yeah. But see, that's when it comes to having someone you can trust. That's how come, when everybody be going in everybody's studios, and, well, man, I went to this studio. Okay, if you want to own your file, you got to go to someone you can trust to know that person will put your file on your thumb drive, whatever you brought in there with, so they can download it. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. It's a tricky game, man. It's a business, too, to the point that, you got producers feel like that artist might blow up. So if you don't ask for your file, they ain't going to tell you.
That was a good gem you just gave,
Man, I'm trying to think, man, that was a diamond, brother.
Yeah.
When When life switch to sports mode, hold it in the road. When you get so mad you can explode, hold it in the road. Bro, just stay focused on your goal. Don't let them crack the mold. The finish line straight ahead, bro. Hold it in the road. When life switch to sports mode, hold it in the road. When you get so mad you can explode, hold it in the road. Bro, just stay focused on your goal. Don't let them crack the mold. The finish line straight ahead, bro. Hold it in the road. Bullets with a badge.